So, good morning, everyone. So, I'm going to talk about the rules on police operation. So, in the rules of police operation, it talks about the functions of the police officer. So, the first function of the police officer is to serve and protect. So, they are obliged, or their obligation is to serve and people and protect the lives and property. So this means that their action should always be for the safety and welfare of the public. So police operations are used to help and protect against illegal activities, criminals, and syndicates. So the next is observe human rights and dignity of the person. So police officers must always respect and the rights and dignity of a person. So even those who are suspected of committing crimes, this includes treating suspects during arrest investigations and detention. So it means that every police officer enforcing the law must go hand in hand with respecting human rights. So it is important to take note and notice that as a police officer, not only that we are authorized to use our authority to arrest and apprehend a offender, but we have to do it in a much respectful way because we have to respect uh, the person's and his rights and his dignity. So rule number two, and in rule number two, it talks about police uniform, attire, and accessories. So in agency prescribed uniform, so police officers must wear the proper uniform that is approved and prescribed by the agency. So the uniform itself, it represents discipline, authority, and public trust. So it must always wear the prescribed uniform because it match the kind of operation being conducted. So if as employees, so if you have that prescribed uniform, especially the PNP, then it will help recognize people that you are a police officer. So if we talk about police visibility and how important it is to have that being said, is that it reduces crimes to happen because there are police patrolling and also uh, guiding or protecting the lives and property in our community. So it is also a sign of discipline if we wear the prescribed uniform as a police officer. So when appearing to before the public, uh, a police officer must always look uh, neat, clean, and well groomed. No, so okay, back well groomed. So because their appearance reflects the image of the Philippine National Police. So as like I said, if the uniform represent itself is discipline, then our character and our attitude and our behavior must match also that being discipline. As a police officer, not only that we are a role model to our fellow citizens, but if we enforce the law and the law said otherwise that being a law-abiding citizen, then we ourselves must be the first one to follow the law. Because if we are the one who enforce the law, then we ourselves are not exempted from following the law, but we ourselves are also under the law. As they said, no one is above the law. So we enforce and we also follow. So if we follow, and those people who follow us must see that we also are a law-abiding citizens. So yeah, that's it. So okay, so the next is in 2.3, as you can see, is carrying of police notebook, pen, and Miranda warning card. So every police officer must always carry a police notebook, a pen, and a Miranda warning card. So these are essential tools for documenting important details during duty, such as during incidents, reports, and statements. So the Miranda warning card ensures that suspects are properly informed of their rights during arrest. So like I discussed earlier that one of the functions of the police officer, they must respect the human rights and dignity of a person. So in that way, in conducting arrests, before you arrest a certain person, and it is what the law say that you have to read the Miranda card, the Miranda doctrine. So following that, then you follow the procedures of the law. So you are a law-abiding citizens and an officer. So that is really important. No, so those are requisites that police officer must always bring. So next is in 2.4, carrying of non-lethal weapon in a police rig. So police officers are required to carry a non-lethal weapon, like for example the pepper spray, the baton, or stun gun with while on duty. So these tools are meant to control the situation, not to cause chaos, not to cause harm, but to control the situation. So is only used by the means of when offender is uncooperative or unruly. So you must have these weapons that is not lethal. No, so the purpose of this is to prioritize your safety and minimize the use of deadly force. So because as a police officer, we are trained to be disciplined, to be good temper, like in the subject of uh, code of conduct and ethical standards, good temper. So we are trained to respond with the appropriate level of force during confrontations. Okay, so as to continue, next is rule number 3, which talks about uh, police operations as categorized as follows. So we have public safety operation includes search, rescue, and retrieval operations, fire drills, earthquake drills, and similar operations that promote public safety. So public safety operations, especially these search and rescue, retrieval operations, these are activities that help protect and prepare the community during emergencies. So the best way to give an example regarding about these public safety operations is what is happening today. No, there's earthquake, calamities. No, so during that time they include search and seizures, especially for the landslide, missing persons. No, so this is important type of operation in the police. So no, so this, for example of this is another example is that fire. So there's fire. So that is those BFP are tasked to help those homes or place that is on fire. And during earthquakes, they evacuate. No, so these operations here in 3.1, this focuses on saving lives, preventing harm, and ensuring that public safety. So yeah, that is the function of that public safety. So continue the 3.2 or the law enforcement operation. So in the law enforcement operation, it includes search warrants of arrest, implementation of search warrant, enforcement of visitorial powers of the chief, Philippine National Police, and unit commanders, anti-illegal drugs operation, anti-illegal gambling operations, anti-illegal logging operations, anti-illegal fishing operations, anti-carnapping operations, anti-kidnapping operations, anti-cybercrime operations, and similar operations that are conducted to enforce the laws, statutes, executive orders, and ordinances. So, law enforcement operation, it focuses on enforcing the law and maintaining peace and order. So, it includes serving warrants of arrest, implementing search warrants, and conducting operations against illegal activities such as gambling, logging, illegal fishing. So, this operation upholds justice by ensuring that laws are properly carried out and that the offender are brought to justice while protecting the rights of the citizens. Okay. And next is the 3.3 international security operation. It includes counterinsurgency operations, counter-terrorist operations, and similar operations that are conducted to ensure internal security. So, internal security operations, it focuses on protecting the countries from threats within such as insurgency and terrorism. So, this includes counterinsurgency and counter-terrorist operations that aim to maintain peace and order. So, ensures the safety of the citizens and protect national security. So, police officers involved in these operations work closely with the other security forces to prevent acts that can harm the nation's security. So that is internal security because as a police officer, which is they are national in scope, so they are obligated to protect the Philippine jurisdiction. No, so they work with other agencies so to help maintain peace and order in our community. So in 3.4, special police operation. This includes checkpoint operations, roadblock operation, civil disturbance management operation, police assistance in the enforcement of demolition, eviction, injunction, and similar orders, police assistance in the implementation of final court order, an order from quasi-judicial bodies, hostage situation, visit board, search and seizure on board marine vessels, and similar police operations that are conducted by police units with specialized training on the peculiarity of the mission or purpose. So, in special police operation, these are missions that require specialized training and skills. So, like example, checkpoint or roadblock operations. So, during these demolitions or court orders, hostage situations and maritime searches, as said in the slides, is that these operations are complex and often sensitive. So they are carried out by specially trained units who are prepared for specific challenges to ensure safety and proper law enforcement. Okay, so next is the intelligence operation. So intelligence operation includes surveillance operation, counterintelligence, intelligence research, intelligence assessment, and similar police intelligence operation conducted to information related to security, public safety, and order. So intelligence operation, as the word intelligent, it involves gathering and analyzing information that helps prevent crimes and maintain security. So this includes surveillance, counterintelligence, research, and assessment. So the information collected, it supports police planning and decision making. So allowing officers to take proactive steps to stop criminal activities before they happen. That is the purpose of or purpose and function of intelligence. So next is investigation operation, includes investigation of the crime or incident, administrative investigation, and similar investigative work necessary to determine the facts and circumstances for filing cases criminally and administratively. So, an investigation operation, it focuses on finding out what really happened in a crime or incident. So this includes gathering evidence, interviewing witness, and conducting administrative or criminal investigation. So the goal is to determine the truth and ensure that justice is served by filing the proper cases against those who are responsible of the crime. So that is the investigation operation. Okay, so to continue, it is the scene of the crime operation. So SOCO includes the processing of crime scene, technical and forensic examination of piece of evidence, and similar scientific investigative assistance. So SOCO operation, so it involves processing crime scenes and conducting technical or forensic examination of evidence. So the SOCO team, they carefully collect and analyze physical evidence like fingerprints, blood samples, or weapons. This helps solve cases. So the scientific work is vital in, especially in identifying of the suspect and support it. Uh, this evidence support in investigation, especially when presented in court. No, so yeah. So next is rule number 4: pre-operational clearance. So it says that no police operation shall be conducted without the approval of the chief commander of the concerned police unit or office. A pre-operational clearance shall be filed by the team leader of the operating team prior to the conduct of the operation and shall be approved the concerned police unit commander. This clearance shall be submitted to the operation section division of the concerned police unit for record purposes. So, before any police operation takes place, there must be approved pre-operational, so clearance from the chief commander. So, this rule ensures that all operations are properly planned, authorized, and recorded. So, the team ensures that all operations uh, is properly planned in a sense that each member understands and knows that they have operation ongoing. So the leader must file this clearance before the operation begins. So once it is approved, it is submitted to the operation section for documentation. So this process promotes accountability, coordination, and discipline. So making sure that every operation is legitimate and follows proper procedure.
Good day, everyone. My name is Maika Pigulahab, and I'm here to discuss Rule 5 and Rule 6 of the PNP Police Operational Procedures. These rules are very important because they help ensure that police operations are done properly, safely, and lawfully. Rule 5 talks about inter-unit coordinations. This means that when a police unit operates outside their assigned area, they must first coordinate or inform the police office that has authority in that area. For example, if police officers from Cebu City want to conduct a buy-bust operation in Mandaue, they need to inform the Mandaue police before doing it. This helps avoid confusion and misencounters between police units. So, there are three main ways to coordinate. Number one is the personal coordination or by official representative. The team leader can personally go to the local police office or send someone to deliver the coordination notice before the operation. Number 2 was the coordination by filling a coordination form. Before starting the operation, a written coordination form must be filled to the concerned police office unless it's an emergency or urgent case. Number 3 was the coordination through practical or available means of communication. If it's not possible to coordination in writing, police can use any available way like radio, cell phone, or email to inform the territorial police. After the operation, they must still submit a written report about what happened. This rule is very important because it helps avoid friendly fire or police shooting each other by mistake, make operations more organized and safe, and ensure that all actions are properly authorized and legal. So let's Rule 6. Requirements of police operations. Now let's move on to Rule 6, which explains the requirements during police operations such as arrests, search and seizures, checkpoints, or roadblocks. So, stated there in 6.1 was the basic requirements. Police operations should 1. Be led by a police commissioned officer or PCO and be done by personnel in proper police uniform or attire, and number 3, follow all legal and safety procedures. For example, if a police conducts a checkpoint, the officers must be in official uniform with a visible police vehicle and a team leader supervising the operation. This helps citizens know that it's legitimate police activity and not a fake checkpoint. So, the use of megaphones and similar instruments. During operations, the team leader should use peaceful means first. They can use a megaphone or loudspeaker to tell suspects to surrender or cooperate peacefully before using any kind of force. For instance, in a hostage situation, police may use a megaphone to talk calmly to the suspect and ask them to release the hostage instead of attacking right away. Warning shots are prohibited. Police officers are not allowed to fire warning shots during any police operations. Warning shots can cause panic accidents or even injuries to innocent people. Instead, police should use other peaceful ways or call for backup if the situations become dangerous. For example, if a suspect tries to escape, police should block the exits or coordinate with nearby units instead of shooting. So, to summarize my topic for today, Rule 5 teaches the importance of coordination between police units to keep operations organized and safe. Rule 6 reminds police officers to follow proper requirements, act peacefully, and use reasonable force only when needed. These rules ensure that police actions are legal, disciplined, and respectful of human rights. In conclusion, Rules 5 and 6 help maintain professionalism, and safety in every police operation. They show that the PNP values teamwork, discipline, and responsibility. When police officers follow these rules, they protect not only the public but also themselves and help build trust between the police and the community. That ends my report about Rule 5 and Rule 6 of the PNP operational procedures. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something about how coordination and discipline play a big role in successful and lawful police operations.